How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I did something a little bit crazy. I bought the world's cheapest penny stock, and I'm going to go through why I bought 10,000 shares. So I'll take you through exactly why I'm doing this, why I think it is something that you should beware of buying penny stocks, and why there are so many risks associated with it. And it was kind of an interesting story that happened to me, so I want to go through all of it. If you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Also, if you do want some free stocks, if you want to use a brokerage that I use, you can check out the link down below to WeBull or to M1 Finance. If you deposit $100 in WeBull, you can get 3 free stocks worth up to $1,600 on a couple of those. I just got $140 stock the other day, so definitely check that out. So I wanted to do something interesting, and I wanted to buy and find the world's cheapest stock. So naturally, what do? I just Google world's cheapest stock. So I pull up this list of stocks under 1 cent. So I would not recommend doing this. First of all, I am doing this just for the fact that I want to show you the risks of penny stocks and go through it myself. So I went through this list, I looked at some different stocks, and finally I came across this one, EWLL, EWLL. So I look it up. And I looked it up around maybe about noon, and I noticed it went up and down and up and down, and I thought, okay, if I want to trade the stock, maybe I can buy it at a cent, and it's going up and down so much, maybe I can double my money. Maybe I can just see if I can put in a sell order so they will sell it 2 cents, 2/100ths of a cent, I should say, so double whatever I paid for it. And you can see here that the market cap is literally $1,500. This is a very risky stock. So I Google it and I find it's eWellness Healthcare stock. So they are a physical therapy telehealth company. And if you look back on their stock chart, they've been around for a little while. I don't know what happened back in 2016. They were on the market for $200. I'm assuming they just split because you can see here that it's only round numbers. I'm guessing they just split a couple times. So I wanted to see what the website looked like for a $1,500 stock, and the market cap is only $1,500. So of course I look it up, and the account is suspended. So I got the little bar here, and I'll actually pull it down, not secure, on their website. So that is what a $1,500 penny stock looks like. So naturally, I go find it on Fidelity. So at first I tried to put in a limit order for 1/10,000th of a penny. That didn't work because it kept on staying around 2/10,000ths of a penny, and then it went down to 0.00015 pennies per share. So I tried to put in an order there. Of course, it did not work because it won't let you put that extra decimal place in. So then I tried to do a market order. That wouldn't work because it won't allow you to do a market order with these penny stocks because they're so volatile. So then I put in another order, and eventually it went through for a limit order of 2/10,000ths of a penny. It filled, you can see it, it filled at 0.00015 pennies. I had to call though, because at first I tried to do $10 worth and it wouldn't let me. It said that I actually had to call Fidelity to allow this. I had to get some disclosures, and then it filled afterwards. So I had to call them, but it filled for $1.50. So what I was thinking was I would just wait for it to go back up, and then I'd get a nice 33% return. Of course, though, I saw it go up, and right around here, I tried to put an order in. So I actually had a limit order set. So if it hit 2/10,000ths of a penny, then it would sell off. However, it did not trip. So then I saw it up around, 2/10,000ths of a penny, and I decided I'll go in there and do a market order. I will sell it at the price that it was. The maximum I can lose is $2, and it showed that I should actually be up 33%. It showed on my screen here that I should be up 33%, but when I actually sold the stock, it sold for much less than what I actually put it in for. So I did a market order. It was at 2/10,000ths of a penny, and then by the time that filled, about 5 seconds later, it filled at 1/10,000th of a penny. So I'm not sure exactly why this happened, but by then it was too late. So again, I'm just doing this so that you don't have to. Anyone that thinks that this is a good idea, this is not a good idea, because I literally saw it and I went back to the screen to see what their share price was, and it said 2/10,000th of a penny still, but It filled at less than 1 penny, or at less than 1/10,000th of a penny. You can see here, I actually got 99 cents back. So this is something that's highly risky. If you're thinking that this is fun, I mean, maybe it's fun. Maybe you buy a couple dollars worth just to say that you bought 10,000 shares. But I've done one other video in the past where I talked about penny stocks that were really volatile like this. And I wanted to show you my experience with this because sure, it might be a high risk, high reward thing to do, but sometimes you get these types of companies that literally don't make enough money to actually have a website. Sometimes you get these types of companies that are so volatile that whatever they show on this screen isn't the same as what Fidelity gives you. And then I just want to show you the risks of some penny stocks. So penny stocks are typically issued by small companies and cost less than $5 per share. They are very high risk, as you can see down here, because of lack of transparency, greater probability of loss, and low liquidity. Now, there are some people that pump up these penny stocks, and they do it for various reasons. A lot of time promoters will actually get paid to pump up penny stocks, and I've actually looked at doing that in the past. If I believe the stock is actually a good value, if I think that it's high risk, high reward, but I think there is reward there, I'll be very transparent, very honest with you about my position, about whether I think it's worth taking the risk. And even if I do one of those videos in the future, I will be sure to make it clear that it is high risk, high reward, and that it should be a smaller portion of your portfolio. And I've talked to different people about this before. I actually did a video for one of these penny stocks before, talking about a gold mining stock that was high risk, high reward. And I ended up not going through with it because they wanted me to say stuff that I was not comfortable with saying and that I didn't believe in. So you have to be careful because a lot of the time, companies will be out there promoting stocks and it can cause the stock price to go up pretty far, pretty drastically. So if you see a penny stock that's gone up, it might be due to some type of promotion. Now, I want to be clear that I sold out of eWellness healthcare, so I would not suggest doing this. I'm not trying to pump it up myself. I don't hold any position. If you guys go buy 1,000 shares, it doesn't matter if you go buy, $1,000 worth. It would send the stock up dramatically. I do not suggest that because the other person that owns this, it's probably only one other person, will probably sell out at that point for double the amount and then you'll be left with nothing. But I would be very careful whenever you're looking at investing with penny stocks. I do own a few myself because I feel like they are actually really good companies. They have market caps in the hundreds of millions. So that is something that is very different from something like this, which is about $1.47 thousand in market cap. So this doubled and then halved depending on what time it was in the day. So be careful out there. Do all your own research. Make sure you have done everything you need to do before investing in these companies. And if you guys want to see something that's less risky than this, I do my weekly dividend series. I talked about a few different dividend stocks that I bought recently. And while dividends aren't usually sexy or anything like that, I have a really good return on my portfolio. I have a lot of stocks that are up really significantly, about 20 to 40% in this portfolio here that I talked about just earlier this week. Definitely check out that video. And again, if you want to check out WeBull or M1 Finance, check out the links below. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.